नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आज आपण पाहणार आहोत SSC बोर्ड क्लास 10 सायन्स पार्ट 2 चॅप्टर 10 डिझास्टर मॅनेजमेंट. Mock drill. Mock drill is the practice to check whether there is preparedness for dealing with the sudden attack of disaster. For this purpose, virtual or apparent situations that simulate the disaster are created. The reaction time for any type of disaster is checked by such activity. People also understand their responsibilities at the time of actual disaster. The experts also check execution of plan designed for disaster redress. In future, when actual calamity strikes, there is already preparation for disaster redressal. Therefore, mock drill is useful. Disaster Management Act 2005. Government of India has made Disaster Management Act in 2005. The affected people are given all necessary help as per this act. People are rehabilitated and help them to come back to normalcy after the disaster. As per this act, National Disaster Response Force has been established. This force consists of 12 divisions in entire India, which are attached with Indian Army. The headquarters is located in Delhi. As per the act, in Maharashtra, National Disaster Response Force is in action through State Reserve Police Force. What are the objectives of disaster management? Objectives of disaster management: to save human life from disasters, to supply essential commodities to the affected people, to bring back the conditions of affected people to normalcy, to rehabilitate the affected and displaced victims. Why is it essential to get the training of first aid? Answer: when there is a disaster, we need to immediately help the victim till the medical help arrives. In such cases, knowing first aid is essential. Such kind of a need may arise in case of our parents, our siblings at home, or with friends in school. If we know about techniques of first aid, we can save such person before the medical help arrives. Therefore, it is essential to get the training of the first aid. Which different methods are used for transportation of patients? Why? First, cradle method. This method is used for children and persons with less weight. Carrying piggyback. This method is useful in carrying the unconscious persons. Human crutch method. If one leg of the person is injured, then the victim is supported with minimum load on the other leg. This is called human crutch method. Pulling or lifting method. For carrying an unconscious person for a short distance, this method is used. Carrying on four-hand chair. This method is used when the support is needed for a part below waist region. Stretcher. The unconscious patient can be moved. Such temporary stretchers are made by using bamboos, blanket, etc. Which different aspects of disaster management would you check for your school? 5. Are the telephones of the school working properly? Is there a first aid box in each class? Are there any basic medicines in the school? Is the team ready for rescue of smaller children from lower classes? Has monitor or prefect participated in a mock drill? Does she know about first aid? Is the contact of parent representative available in emergency situations? Is the medical officer, doctor present on the school campus? Identify the type of disaster. First, terrorism. Man-made, intentional. Due to the activities of terrorism, many innocent lives are lost. Many are seriously injured. Buildings, monuments, vehicles, everything is completely destroyed. The peaceful atmosphere is disturbed. Soil erosion. Natural, geophysical, geological. When the upper fertile layer of soil is lost, it becomes barren. The trees are uprooted. The land becomes unsuitable for cultivation or farming. Due to wind, flowing water, or grazing animals, the naturally occurring soil erosion. Next, hepatitis. Natural, biological, animal origin. Hepatitis is a viral disease which spreads through the contaminated food and water. As in big cities, the quality of roadside food is often consumed. The spread of hepatitis is fast. Next, forest fire. Natural, biological, plant origin. Due to heat and wind, the dry grass and the shrubs catch fire in the forest, resulting in forest fires. Many trees and other vegetation, animals and birds, along with their habitats, are destroyed. The smoke causes the air pollution. Famine, natural calamity. Due to famine, there is severe water scarcity. There is shortage of food grains. The cattle dies due to want of water and grass. Local people have to migrate in search of food, water, and shelter. Identify the type of disaster. Theft, man-made, intentional. Theft causes economic loss. Sometimes the thief may also cause physical harm. It may cost on life too. Some symbols are given below. Explain those symbols. Which disasters may occur if those symbols are ignored? Explosive, inflammable, oxidizing, compressed gas, corrosive, toxic, irritant, environmentally, eco-friendly, health hazard. Explosive. Some materials are explosive, while handling such materials, care should be taken. If explosion occurs, there would be a major disaster causing great loss of life and property. Second, inflammable. The inflammable materials can catch fire easily. Therefore, to warn people, such sign is given on materials. Oxidizing. Some chemical substances are oxidizing. They carry out chemical reactions with a rapid speed. Example, if potassium permanganate falls on the cloth, it starts the reaction on its CC bonds. Due to such property of carrying out reactions, the clothes may catch fire. Therefore, oxidizing substances should be handled with care. Next, compressed. Compressed substances are filled under pressure in some container. If mishandled, they can come out of the container by bursting it open. This can cause some injuries. Corrosive. The corrosive substances are very reactive. Just touching or smelling of such substances can cause major injury, and thus warning sign of corrosive substance should never be ignored. Toxic. To taste a toxic substance or even to smell it can lead to death. The packing of these substances are therefore marked as dangerous. They should be avoided as far as possible. Irritant. When skin or any delicate part of the body comes in contact with the irritant substance, it can cause harmful reaction, especially eyes, nasal mucosa, and skin are affected by contact with corrosive substances. Environmentally hazardous. Many substances cause harm to the environment due to their toxicity. Air, water, or soil can be polluted due to such pollutants. When environment is affected, ultimately these hazardous effects come back to human species. Health hazard. The substances that can cause hazard to our health. Such substances should not be kept in proximity. As far as possible, They should be kept away and handled with great care. Materials marked with health hazard can cause severe toxicity. Effective disaster management makes us well prepared for future. Disaster can strike anytime. The sudden disasters can be man-made with some bad intentions or may be accidental. When natural calamity strikes suddenly with a huge impact, large-scale devastation of property and general environment degradation occurs along with substantial mortality of people and animals. Therefore, it is most appropriate to have the preparedness to reduce the impact of any future disasters. We cannot control natural disaster, but we can definitely reduce the harsh effects of the disaster by following disaster management plan. Properties of pre-disaster management. Characteristics of pre-disaster management. Identification of disaster prone areas. Collecting information of probable sites of disasters through hazard maps. Special training for disaster management. Increasing awareness in public about the disaster management. Match the columns: earthquake and volcano, geological, snowfall and snowstorm, climatic, aquatic weeds, plant origin, attack by locusts, insects, animal origin, atomic test, unintentional, terrorism, intentional, contamination of water, environmental, collapsing of transport system, administrative, spread of epidemics, medical, shortage of funds, economical, rift due to religions, social, citizens getting confused, political. What types of disaster are the following? Explain their impacts. Floods, war. Flood is geophysical climatic disaster. War is man-made intentional disaster. Impact of food. Impact of flood. The low-lying and the coastal areas are seen to be submerged. The entire region is waterlogged. Impact of war. Tremendous destruction causing loss. Many lives are lost. The cost of all the items rise due to war conditions. Entire nation faces insecurity. What are the objectives of mock drill? To evaluate the response of the people to the disaster, to improve the coordination between various departments of disaster control, to identify one's own abilities if disaster approaches, to improve the ability to quick response to disaster and taking rapid action, to identify the possible errors and risks while dealing with disasters. The building in which you are residing has caught fire on the ground floor. What necessary rescue steps will you take? We shall call out for help. We shall immediately call fire brigade. We shall try to extinguish fire with the help of other people. We will give first aid to people who are injured till the medical help arrives. We will cover our nose and mouth with moist cloth to prevent suffocation. Different problems occur with disasters. In the concept map, different effects are mentioned. Read it and fill the blank places. Disaster, economic, social, environmental, administrative, professional, political, medical. These effects are seen. Complete the chart as per the objectives of the first aid. Objectives of first aid: to give medical help to victim till the doctor arrives, to give treatment immediately, relieving the pain, to provide safety and security to the victims, attempt to improve the condition, transport the victims safely and with care to the saving lives, preventing deterioration of condition of victims of disasters. Thank you.